Alright guys, welcome to today's This Week in the NFL show, number 4, and today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of things on topic. We have our NCAA college football preview, we have our a couple of NFL topics we want to talk about, we have some updates on Aaron Hernandez, and later on in the show we're going to be breaking down my prediction for the was going to do the Patriots, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Seahawks. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the Seahawks today. And, real quick, here's your rundown on the news. Now, real quick, though, the gameplay you're watching is a gameplay that I had earlier in the day, and I was just playing some guy, and I just happened to record. It turned into a good game, so I figured I'd use it for the This Week in the NFL show. So, anyways, going back to the actual show here, we have a couple of news here. Hernandez said to have confessed to cohort, meaning he confessed to like an accomplice. The Broncos will discipline executives for drunk driving. Stafford inks his new contract and is now in search of a ring. The Sanchez is optimistic on eve of his Jets West, meaning 2 weeks before he reports to make or break training camp with New York Jets. Mark Sanchez will gather Thursday with about 15 teammates near his home for Jets West, his annual players-only passing camp. So, pretty cool there. A linebacker for the Raiders has been charged with assaulting 2 men during a brawl at a Maui bar days after signing with the Oakland Raiders. So, and just not helping the NFL's reputation right now. Rob Gronkowski is recovering from his back surgery, and he has returned to the New England Patriots facility in Foxborough, Massachusetts, where he is doing his rehab work under the guidance of the team's trainers. Judge Goodell, fair game and Super Bowl lawsuit. A Texas judge has reversed an earlier ruling and says NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell can be questioned by attorneys for ticket holders who sued after they were displaced when seats weren't properly installed in the 2011 Super Bowl at Cowboys Stadium. So the Goodell can be sued for this, and it's probably going to happen. Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, he actually wore a Miami Dolphins cap when he was celebrating July 4th by posting a photo on Instagram of him wearing a San Francisco 49ers cap on Monday. So, basically, on July, he was wearing a Dolphins cap. I think he was wearing it at like a practice or something. And then on July 4th, he put his Niners cap on and put a photo on Instagram. So just kind of a stupid thing going on. Looks like Bruce Irvin's going to be at linebacker this season for the Seattle Seahawks, trying out, just see what he can do at linebacker. The athlete that he is, the hybrid defensive end / outside linebacker that he is really good. The retired Ravens linebacker Rolando McClain pleaded not guilty to disorderly conduct and resisting arrest charges on Tuesday, according to the Baltimore Sun report. So we all know he kind of retired because he was kind of trying to get his life together and everything. So I'm definitely gonna want to monitor that situation as it unfolds. Now, real quick, I want to talk about the Hernandez situation here. The latest news on him, and it just keeps going downhill from here. Carlos Ortiz, one of the alleged accomplices in Hernandez's case, says he was told that Hernandez said he killed Odin Lloyd. According to court documents released Tuesday, Ortiz told police that Ernest Wallace, a second alleged accomplice, told him the day after the shooting that Hernandez admitted to killing Lloyd. After Lloyd was shot near Hernandez's home in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, Ortiz and Wallace returned to Bristol, Connecticut, and that is where, according to court records made public in Florida Tuesday, Ortiz told police that Wallace said Hernandez had shot Lloyd. Prior to the interview, Mr. Ortiz was giving his Miranda warnings and informed investigators that he wished to speak with them about events that occurred in Massachusetts. The interview was audio and video recorded and is preserved on DVD media, the warrant states. Documents were drawn up to justify a search of Wallace's home, where Wallace was arrested about 10 days ago. Also Tuesday, warrants obtained to search Hernandez's home were unsealed, showing an uncooperative Hernandez slamming his door and locking it when officers told him they were investigating a death. The documents show surveillance video of Hernandez in his home shortly after Lloyd was killed with what appears to be a gun in his hands. Police also searched search warrant for possessions removed from Hernandez Patriot's locker. For all the searches detailed in almost 160 pages of documents, the gun used to shoot and kill Lloyd is still missing. So they don't have the gun yet, but they do have, they have a lot. It's just a lot of suspicious stuff. The records also show a vehicle wanted in a double killing in Boston a year before had been rented in Hernandez's name. So again, just a bunch of fishy stuff around this. Obviously, Hernandez is involved, but we don't know what level. The main thing is, did he actually pull the trigger? Hernandez's official plea is not guilty in the killing of Odin Lloyd, and his legal team did not return email messages Tuesday. Wallace faces an accessory to murder charge in the case, and he has pleaded not guilty. So that's what doesn't make much sense to me, because if the dude says that Hernandez did it, but yet he pleads not guilty to the charge of having an involvement in the murder, it's just kind of a sketchy whole. It's just all suspicious. And we're not going to, this is going to be one of those cases, like I said in the beginning, it's going to go over months and months of trial. It's going to be a long road for Hernandez to, maybe clear his name, but he's probably not going to be able to do it, because they have a ton of, it's just a bunch of suspicious stuff. And, at first it seemed kind of fishy all the evidence that they didn't have. And then now, as we're starting to unfold, we're starting to hear some of the backstory. You're starting to kind of see, you can kind of see Hernandez as doing something like this, and it's not good, because when you could see somebody as being able to murder somebody, that's when it's a lot easier to charge them and convict them. So, anyway, one other thing, a rifle, ammunition, and video surveillance equipment were among the items police seized from Hernandez's home. So, he had ammunition, he had a rifle, and he destroyed video surveillance, and it's just not a good situation right now for Hernandez. It says that the documents also say Hernandez called his girlfriend's cell phone and stopped her from speaking with police after they pulled her over and told her Lloyd was dead. Just a bunch of fishy stuff, man. I just don't know. I don't know, because I don't know, man, because he could have done it. He could have. But it just doesn't make sense. There was really no reason to kill the dude. I don't get it. It doesn't add up. And so that's kind of the key here, is that it doesn't add up, and we're gonna have to wait until the trial, until everything is all said and done before we'll really know what actually happened. And even then, we may not know it all. In other news, Matthew Stafford officially signs a new deal with the Detroit Lions. And the details of that deal says here that Stafford, who had 2 years and $23.5 million remaining on his previous deal, will now be paid $53 million in new money, with $41.5 million guaranteed. With his extension, Breeze signed a 5-year, $100 million contract with the New Orleans Saints, and Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers rewarded with a 5-year, $110 million extension earlier this offseason. The 25-year-old quarterback signed a 6-year contract worth up to $78 million, with a $41.7 million in guarantees when he was selected number 1 overall in 2009. Stafford officially signed his extension Wednesday, and the team tweeted a picture of him signing his contract. Just some stuff. Now it's time for him to prove himself. He's got great stats. He's got great teammates. He's got great, a weapon in Calvin Johnson. A great offense where he can kind of be the man. It's time to see if he can take him to the playoffs and maybe even to a title over the next couple seasons. Just some stuff, and the rest of the article is just kind of talking about about the rest, like just talking about what he's been doing this offseason. Not a whole lot of detail in there, but one thing I do want to touch on is Calvin Johnson. Actually, it seems like him and Matt Stafford have a great relationship, and that's really crucial in develop, in being that quarterback and receiver role and being really effective. I think that you have to have some form of a working relationship, because when your receiver and your quarterback are on the same page, the possibilities are endless. So, just some stuff like that. Now, the signing of Matt Stafford also leads me into my next topic. Sam Bradford put up very similar numbers. A lot of guys didn't notice this, and I didn't really notice it until I read the article. But Matt Stafford and Sam Bradford, basically in 2012, their statistics were almost identical. Like, if you compared the two stats, there was very little difference. And so what I'm trying to see is there's probably a possibility of Sam Bradford getting a new deal very soon as well. So we want to be on the lookout of that for the St. Louis Rams. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about the St. Louis Rams a little bit, they're starting to kind of come on. You kind of see some of the pieces they put in together. They got two good running backs. They got the quarterback there. Now they're starting to get some receivers. And they're growing through the draft, which I love that. They have some really, I think the defense, they have a potential all-pro at every position. You got Chris Long, you got James Laurinaitis, and then you got that corner, man. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he was a really good rookie cornerback, and I just can't remember his name. If I had their depth chart up, I could just take a look, but I don't. I'm in NCAA football right now. But they have an all-pro candidate. Cortland Finnegan is also. They have Finnegan. They got that rookie corner. Man, I just don't remember his name. If someone leave his name in the comment section for me, I'd appreciate that. But oh man, dude, I think the sky's the limit for the Rams, man. They're a really good team, and they're really underrated. So it's time for them to start stepping up, start winning the ball games. We saw that from. What team was it? Where one year, I think it was the Lions. One year, they were in every game, and they were really, they were like 2 or 3 plays from making the playoffs, and they just didn't execute, or this ball bounced the wrong way for them. And I think that's what you kind of saw with the Rams over the last few years. So now the excuses are off the table. And we're going to have to see what the Rams really are made of. So I think you're going to be seeing some big stuff from the Rams this season. Real quick, I want to transfer over here. And I want to talk about the NCAA football game review real quick. Just really quick. It's not going to be a very in-depth one. Just kind of talking about some of my personal enjoyments and hatred for the game as we get in this. Now, I love the game, like when you play it, it really works pretty well, pretty smooth, right? It's a pretty good game overall. It's pretty smooth. The transitions are nice. But the one issue I have with it is there's like a couple of things in it that aren't crisp. The one thing I don't like about it is like when you smart route a dude, if you don't get it just right, like it takes like 10 minutes to smart route a guy. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, NCAA? I don't know, man. They've been trying to run free too much, man. They just forgot about the hot route. They forgot that they could pass. But no, I love the playbooks. I love that. I love the aspect of the custom. I love how well the custom books are set up so that you can very easily set all of your audibles up. But I will say this, I do not like the smart routing stuff, like the hot route. And the one thing that I really, really hate is if you are an offense and you go no huddle, you know how it brings you it'll bring your whole playbook up for you, so you can call whatever play you want. The issue with this is it negates the whole theory behind the no huddle. Because if you're running a no huddle, you see something in the defense and you want to attack just that defense. So why not just let them come out in the same play? Why do we have to have the whole playbook there? And it creates even a bigger issue when we go into this next category. what happens when you know huddle and you go to like a different play, or whenever you select your play? So if you're on defense, like for me, I always come out in the same play defensively and offensively. So when I have to select this, so I just select my play and I go to start setting my blitz up while the offense is picking their play. And then when the offense gets done picking their play, if you guys notice this, maybe you'll notice this, your play resets. So all the adjustments you made are gone. So what could happen, and this is what I was telling, I was having a conversation with Zan today. You know, what can basically happen is, what's to say the offense doesn't just come to the line of scrimmage and whatever play they want, and then they audible out into like a money play that's already set up, all they got to do is make one hot route. You are screwed. Because your defense is not set up. You have to reset everything up. You have to set up your whole blitz, and then you got to set up your coverage, and you just don't have that 7 seconds window that we normally have to set up our defense is now just wiped out. Like, there's no time. So it's scary. It's just not a good situation with that. That needs to be changed ASAP, in my opinion. So that does it for that. Real quickly, one other thing. I love I love how they did the user catch game. I don't know. That may just be because it's my first year really developing, like really starting from the ground up and building my own scheme. You know, last season I took like I had my kind of basic principles, but then I found, you know, this was effective, so I adjusted this concept to this concept to this concept, and just kind of brought it all together towards the end of the season, and that's where I kind of came up with that 4-3. But this is the first season where I'm actually starting out the season all my own content, trying to develop all of my own theories and concepts. So you know what I mean? So I've been doing that, and it's just kind of fun to see how many different ways. Like, it's so fun. Like, I sit in practice mode and I just throw streaks. Like, I'll throw streaks and I'll try to user catch this way and user catch this way, and just see all the different animations. Like, it's just mind blowing to me, because like I've never been one to really rely on a user catch. But now that I have a YouTube channel, and I also feel like it's important for me to know how, like, I'm just sitting here, I'm throwing streaks, I'm throwing post routes, I'm throwing swing route, I'm throwing every route in the game to see if I can user catch it in some way. And I love that about this game. I love that aspect of, when you put the time in, when you put the repetition in, you get rewarded with these nicer animations, and I think that's cool. I think that certainly needs to be in the game more. That's my point of view. You may have a different point of view. Leave it in the comment section below. That's where we'll discuss, we'll debate. But anyway, that's how I feel now. Real quick, this is a nice little transition, and that's why I set it up this way, because I'm so smart. Basically, we're going to go into the NCAA. Real quick, a preview of the season to come. Basically, NCAA football is on its way. It's only like what is it like? Let's see what day. What today is? Today's July 10th. So there's like less than 3 weeks, and we got NCAA college football season starting up. And okay, so here's what we got. Alabama is the team to beat this season, and in my opinion, they're going to be the team to beat for a while. They got a ton of stuff going good. They got a good coach. They got a phenomenal recruiting system, and they got some freaking legit players, guys. Oh man, they got AJ McCarron. AJ McCarron is the ultimate quarterback for what Nick Saban wants to do. AJ McCarron is that kind of guy. The way Alabama's offense is set up, he's almost like, it's like he's perfect for that. Like, I don't see him being a great NFL quarterback. I don't see him I don't even know if he's going to even go in the draft. But for what Alabama wants to do, he's perfect for it, because I don't know. That's just the way I see it. He's not like a flashy quarterback. He's like, I don't know, just kind of go with that. But the way I see it is he's just perfectly set up for what Alabama, the talent. When you look at Trent Richardson, Eddie Lacy, and excuse me, I butchered your name, Eddie Lacy, Mark Ingram, those kind of guys coming through that system, and then you had AJ McCarron there to just kind of play action pass, bootleg out, just throw some quick outs, whatever. But AJ McCarron was just perfect for their offense, and this is his last season, so definitely going to see that. As far as LSU goes, they got that quarterback. I'm going to butcher his name, Mermendaheimer. I don't know how to say. I don't know how to say his name, but he'll be coming, and I think he's going to have a better season than he had last year. Last year he was inconsistent, so I'm looking forward to LSU. I'm actually not a huge LSU fan, but I'm a big respecter of what their scheme is. I love their defense. Like their defense, like I wish Texas would just go over there and just take notes, because Texas has so much talent. And I'd like to see their defense be a little more dominant, because Texas has so much more defensive talent than LSU, but LSU has so much a better scheme. So Texas, as far as where I see Texas going, that I don't see Texas really. David Ash is absolutely trash, man, and it rhymes. I don't like David Ash at all. I like McCoy, and McCoy's not going to get the start, so. I'm just not really overly confident. I was really glad when I saw the recruiting class we had, because we had a bunch of top 15 or top 5, whatever. But man, the quarterback, man, you gotta have a quarterback. You gotta have that guy that you can rely on, especially in Texas's offense. So just kind of worried about the season. I think we maybe finish top 10, but I don't think we go any higher than that. Just because I just don't see it. As far as South Carolina, I like South Carolina's chances. They got a quarterback. They got everything. They got a quarterback. They got a running back. They got that ridiculous defensive end, Clowney. Man, that dude is a tank. Just an absolute phenomenal defensive end. So you got him, and you got the big receivers on the outside. I mean, they're a good team. I think, and they got a good coach. So I'm gonna say the Gamecocks. They may finish top 5. Clemson, you cannot count Clemson out. Clemson's gonna be a sleeper team. A lot of people don't pay attention, but guys, Clemson is very quietly. They have one of the top quarterbacks in the game. And Boyd, they got 2 phenomenal receivers in Peake and Watkins on the outside, and that defense for Clemson, man. I think that Clemson has the best front 4 in the game next to South Carolina. I think you got South Carolina number 1, and then I think Clemson's number 2 with the front 4, and I think Alabama has the best overall front 7. But man, dude, Clemson has a freaking ridiculous pass rush going on. So you gotta respect Clemson. I think they're gonna be a top 5 team this season. Texas A&M, they're gonna go as far as Johnny Manziel takes them. So I don't know how far that's gonna be. That's just gonna depend on him. He's a phenomenal quarterback. We're gonna have to see what he does coming off of his phenomenal freshman season. So anyway, that's about all I wanted to talk about for the college football. I didn't want to get too deep into it. Like I said, I think Alabama's obviously going to be the team to beat this year. You got teams like Clemson, South Carolina, and Stanford that can maybe give them a run for their money. But I think overall, I think Alabama's going to take it home again. They're just too. They're so freaking, because they play it different. They're not that team. They're not that team that you look at and they're flashy. They just do what they do. That's my motto. Man, that's gotta be my motto for Madden and NCAA this year. Just do what you do. But that's true, man. They do what they do, and they do it really good, man. They're good. It's ridiculous how good they are. So, anyways, we're running out of time. Slowly but surely. About halfway into this episode, so let's hop into our team breakdown for the Detroit Lions. Okay, so Detroit Lions here, I got their depth chart up, and I'm going to break it down for you guys right now. So, Detroit Lions, big free agent off-season signing is Reggie Bush. I think that is huge for their offense. The dude is an absolute machine in terms of production. I did not like the fact that Best is not. I like Javid Best. I think he was a really good back. Obviously, injuries is one of the bigger reasons why he's gone. It's not necessarily production, but it's injuries related. One thing I'm gonna say it. I don't like their wide receiving core. They're not deep. Like they got those two big tight ends, but they don't have like that guy like Calvin Johnson. But you just double cover him and then blitz. Like they don't have that second dude that can just, that was what Titus Young was there for, to take the top off the defense, to be that burner to really open up the offense. And now that he's gone, I just don't. I feel like they need that. I feel like that would be, if they had that, their offense would be by far the best in the game. But certainly one of the top offenses in the game right now. I'd say top two or three, next to Green Bay and maybe Denver. But man, they're good. They got Reggie Bush, Mikel LaSure, and Jacque Bell in the backfield. Pretty good overall group. Reggie Bush could be that burner. You could maybe I could certainly see them doing like maybe flexing Bush out into the slot and putting LaSure in the backfield, and then maybe putting Scheffler at tight end or something. Maybe even flexing him out, running a spread. I mean, I could see that if that was like their goal. Then I'd say this is one of the toughest offenses to defend in the game, because the ability of Reggie Bush to really just, I don't know though, because I feel like Reggie Bush has lost some of that game breaker ability he used to have when he was with the Saints, because like they basically transformed Reggie Bush from primarily a scat back, speed back type of role into this every down back at Miami. And it was great for his career, because he showed people he could be that. But man, dude, that dude was just scary when he was a scat back. Man, I don't know. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see what Reggie Bush does, because will he revert back to the way they used him in New Orleans, because they have other backs they can use in Detroit, or will he be the feature back, like the every single down between the tackles, all the above? So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do as far as overall gameplay with him. So moving on from the running back situation, let's take a look at the quarterback. Matthew Stafford, cash money, man. That guy's a great quarterback. Everything that you would want in a first-round pick out of Georgia. So certainly going to be a good player. Very, very good player. I see him really starting to kind of step into that role as the leader of this team, and that's what they're going to need, is they're going to go far in the playoffs. So that's quarterback. Same backup as last year, so no real changes there. As far as the wide receivers, losing Titus Young, I think that hurts them, but they still have Robert Royals. Maybe flex him out in the slot. Like I said, I don't like the fact that they don't have a huge speed guy, but I respect the fact they got two big boys on the outside, Calvin Johnson, Nate Burleson, and then Pettigrew and Scheffler. Those guys are both 6'5", and Pettigrew, guys, I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but he's black. No, I'm just kidding, man. But no, that dude is a beast. That dude is a monster. 6'6", can jump. That dude is like if you're playing Madden NFL 12, you pick the Detroit Lions, because you just user catch all the way down the field with Pettigrew, Scheffler, and Johnson. But seriously, a very good tight end, and Scheffler, the ability to have Scheffler on the field, who is one of those prototypical I call it spread tight ends, but that's not actually the term. I'm not quite sure what the term really is, but I call it a hybrid tight end. I think they call it a hybrid tight end. Basically, he's able to pass catch really well and can run down the field with some of the wide receivers. Can beat defensive backs on a good day, and he's kind of like a Rob Gronkowski, not as physically dominant, but that kind of build, 6'5", can jump out of the roof, and really good offensive line for the Detroit Lions. I think Detroit Lions, very quietly, guys, have one of the best offensive lines in the game. So that does it for the offense. Let's take a look at their defensive depth chart here. So on defense, the Detroit Lions actually ended up drafting a defensive end, and that is so intriguing, because I can't wait to see how that works. Because basically what you're going to see from this is now you have a ton of talent on this Detroit Lions defensive line. So what I assume is going to happen is I assume that they're going to go to a Tampa 2 style defense. And I don't know if that's exact. That probably was something they probably ran something very similar before, but I mean like full on Tampa 2, like just let our dudes do what they do. Basically, what you have here is Cliff Avrill's gone, but man, you bring in a guy like Jason Jones, a well-known player throughout the league. He comes in pretty solid overall D end in his own respects. And this dude, Ezekiel Ansah, man, that dude is a freak, man. And they got so much depth, guys. Listen to this. They got Jason Jones, they got Ezekiel Ansah, Devin Taylor, Willie Young, and Israel Adonijah. That is a dynamic 5 guys to have at the pass rushing defensive end positions. And then take a look at they got the defensive tackle with Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, C.J. Mosley, and Ogemdi Nwagwu. Like, I don't know how to say your name, but man, I know you're legit. But seriously, guys, this is one of the best front fours. It has the potential to be one of the best front fours ever of all time. If you look at it, you look at how young they are, how fresh they are, and how many more years they have to develop under one another. This right here could be the best front four of all time if they stick together. Jason Jones is the old, mature one. Ndamukong Suh and Nick Fairley, man, those dudes are the freak show. Like, those guys are just, they're so good. Ezekiel Ansah is like the Javon Curse of the Tennessee Titans defense. Absolute phenomenal athlete, and I can't wait to see what he could do at that level. Now, at the linebackers, this is where they take a step back, in my opinion. DeAndre Levy, he's going to have to be that guy with the loss of Justin Durant to your boy's favorite team, the Cowboys. You're going to have to see him. He's going to have to step up, and he's going to have to step up. He's going to have to be that guy on the weak side backer position. You got Stephen Tulloch. Stephen Tulloch is the main guy. Like, he's the leader of the defense, in my opinion, from what I've seen. He's going to have to be like those two guys are going to have to step it up. Because Ashley Palmer, I'm going to be honest with you guys, we don't know a lot about that guy. He's not you don't know a whole lot about Ashley Palmer at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Not saying he can't do it, not saying he's not a good player. I'm saying we haven't seen anything yet. So we're going to have to see what happens with him. Cornerback situation. I feel like their corners are really good. I feel like Detroit is really underrated. You have Ron Bartell, Chris Houston, Bill Bentley, and Darius Slay as your top 4 cornerbacks here. The first 3 are Bartell, Bentley, and Houston. Those guys are decent. They're fine. They're average. They'll get the job done. Where I worry is with Darius Slay. Can he be that dime corner that you're going to need him to be? That's the ultimate question. That's the $1 million question that they're still asking themselves in Detroit right now. So we'll have to see how that develops. Moving on. Their safeties, I think their safeties are a really, really good duo of safeties. They're going to be really effective. You got Luis Delmas and Glover Quinn. Glover Quinn comes over. I think he was with the Houston Texans, if I remember correctly, and he was a pretty good safety overall. Not a whole lot of things that you could say bad about him. So coming over is really going to help Amari Spivey, because Amari Spivey can now play that like quarter or like big nickel type safety who can really just kind of come down in the box and just be a running force, be whatever. But once again, guys, the key here is going to be, can you keep your pro personnel on the field? If Detroit can keep their 4-3 personnel on the field, their defense can be as good as anybody's defense in the NFL. But when people spread Detroit out, can that front 4 get a pass rush on their own? Yes, they can. The question is going to be, can those backers hold up in their zones long enough for the pressure to get in? That's going to be the question, and we're going to have to see it. So coming up on 34 minutes here, got about 12 minutes left to go here. in this week's show. Quick preview of next week's show. We're gonna. That's actually what I wanted to talk about here. So I'm actually going to Canada, guys. I don't know how much I've said this on my yet on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be going to Canada for a church mission trip for 3 weeks, starting Saturday. We leave Saturday, and I'll get back like August 5th. So for the July 13th to August 5th, I will not be in town. But that does not mean I will not be able to give you guys content, and that does not mean that I will not be doing this week in the NFL. This will be this. I can still do this. I can still do some of my other stuff like Road to Glory and all that. I can still do those videos. Where I'm gonna struggle is like the new stuff. So I can't put out like a new, like if I'm I'm not gonna be able to play physically play the game for 3 weeks. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to take a little break. But you guys will still be getting videos. That's not an issue. You're still going to be getting videos from me. You're just not going to get videos that were recorded on that day. The voiceover may be recorded on that day, but the actual the footage won't be. So, just know that the content's still going to be really good. It's not going to be like if you send me an email and you wonder why I haven't addressed your question in the video, that's why. Because I can't really do that right now. That's basically why. So, just let you guys know before I leave, I will be gone. But yes, you guys will still get videos, and we'll still progress the YouTube channel. So now that we have that out of the way, real quick, one thing I want to close out with in this week's show is I want to give the biggest shout out to my subscribers. I want to give the biggest shout out to my fans, and I want to tell all of you guys thank you from the bottom of my heart for making my first couple months on YouTube so successful. I have 573 subscribers at this point in the day, and I could not be happier. Thank you so much for all your support. I really do. I thank you guys so much. I really genuinely appreciate every single one of you guys for what you've done for me, what you've done for my game, all of that. And if there's anything I can do to show my gratitude, you let me know. Anything that I can do within reason, of course. Whether it be give you a game, give you a shout out, write you a personalized guide. You need anything, you hit me up. I will do my best to respond ASAP. That being said, I want to talk about also one other thing before we get out of here this week. S. Gibson Z. Farles, this is for you guys. Thank you guys so much. I tear up. I almost tear up when I hear those words. When I hear those names said, it just stirs like just a genuine love in my heart for these two guys, because man, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be on this YouTube deal. I wouldn't be posting videos. There would be no Coffee with Cody, which we're bringing that back, by the way. That's coming back may have already started, but we're bringing Coffee with Cody back. You guys are gonna get that. That was one of my favorite things to do. I just got away from it. I got sidetracked, guys. But no, we're bringing that back for you guys. It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be better than ever, and we're bringing that back starting either today or tomorrow. Well, you guys are gonna see it. It's gonna be awesome. But anyway, there would be none of that if it wasn't for those guys, because those guys inspire me. Those guys inspire me every single day to do what I do. Those guys, if I have to stay up until 7 o'clock in the morning recording videos or rendering videos or editing ebooks or whatever, I just watch one of their videos and I see the passion they have for the game, and I just remember, man, I do love this game that much. I love this game, and I love this channel, and I love everything that this is going to allow me to do, and I do not want to miss out on opportunity to share my knowledge of this game, my knowledge of whatever. It doesn't, and honestly, guys, if you think that I do all this just because I love Madden, you're wrong. I love the community. I love I just, I love all of it. And it has nothing to do with money, because I don't make them. I have not made a dime yet from YouTube. YouTube has not sent me a check yet. But when I see my channel grow subscriber-wise, when I see comments posted, when I see likes, when I see whatever, like, it just, like, my day, just like I said before, I've said it before, man. I'm like different for the whole day. Like, you see, like, my face is like, I'm just like in a better mood. And I just want to thank you guys for that. As we transition, as we start to go into a different direction with YouTube, as far as what I've been doing, I want to make it better, and I'm going to make it better. It's going to be for the better. This channel is changing, but not much. But it's going to change for the better. You guys are going to love the new stuff I got coming. And I'm going to try a lot of it out during my time at Canada, because that way it's very easy for me to do that. Mettenberger, that's the quarterback for LSU. My bad, guys. But yeah, I just can't wait to do that. But one thing, if you guys don't get anything else from this video, I need you guys, if you guys are not busy or you have time, I need you to get on your Twitter account. Type in the little hold the shift button, and hold the number 2 button, so you get that @ symbol. I want you to type in @Madden Bible, and I want you to type in @SGibbs7, and I want you to thank them for all the work that they do, not just in writing the guides, writing whatever. But I want you to thank them for all the work that they put in, answering everybody's questions. I want you to say, thank you guys for all the work you have done in Madden NFL and NCAA football. I truly appreciate your service to the community, and I hope that you guys continue to do that. If you guys do that, I don't know, I'll do something. I'll have to figure something out. But I want to see how many people do that. I really do. I really want to see you guys do that. It's gonna be awesome. If they won't. Don't tell them I did. Don't tell them I told you to do it. Don't mention me. Don't do any of that. Just go to their Twitter and hit them up and let them know that you thank them. If you guys don't know who S Gibbs and Z Files is, I want you to type into your web browser MaddenTips.com. I want you to sign up on their website. And the next thing I want you to do is I want you to go to the forums. And when you get to the forums, I want you to introduce yourself to their community, and you guys will be blown away with the amount of love and support you guys will get from this community. They have by far the best community in Madden. They have the best tips. They have the best guys. They are the guys for Madden. And go hit them up if you haven't already, and also send them a thank you. Send them a thank you tweet. That's my new thing, man. Hashtag thank you tweet. No, seriously, guys. Let them know you're great. You're gracious for what they've done. They've put in a ton of work over the last 5-6 years, and I've gone back and I've kind of watched some of their older videos, and it's affected me in a new way, because it just makes me appreciate everything so much more. And I know this is kind of off topic and stuff, but it's something I've wanted to say on this channel for a long time. I wanted to give them that shout out. I wanted to say that. So, that's part of that. That's kind of for me, because I want them to know how much I appreciate them. So again, hit them up. One other thing before we get out of here, what do you guys want to see? I have all sorts of stuff that I can do. Like, I was thinking, maybe some fantasy football. I was thinking some definitely going to stay with this week in the NFL shows. I love doing these shows for you guys. Didn't get in as much detail as I normally do with this one, mainly because there wasn't a whole lot. Detroit, nothing's really happened this offseason except they got rid of Justin Durant, and they signed Stafford to a longer deal, and they drafted that one dude, and that was really it. So there you see that sweet user catch to go ahead and win that game. That's pretty sweet. But anyways, guys, make sure to hit S Gibbs and Z Files up. What do you guys want to see? Leave it in the comment section. Let me know. Do you guys want to see Road to Glory? Do you guys want to see head-to-head rank match? Do you guys want to see tips? Do you guys want more free e-guides? What do you want? You tell me, and you will get that content at least once a week. I want to see what you guys want. And also, Coffee with Cody, what we're going to do with it, real quick before we get out. Coffee with Cody is going to be more of a personal show. It's going to be more of you guys are interacting with me one-on-one. It's not going to be professional. It's not going to be very professional. It's not going to be very, it's going to be me interacting with you guys, giving you guys tips on how to improve in the game. And it's going to be pretty sweet. You guys are going to definitely want to check it out. It's going to be my favorite series to do. I know that. You're going to see here I get the interception to probably seal this game. But thank you guys. Thank you for all your support. Make sure to hit that like button below because you know that this is the best NFL offseason show on YouTube. Make sure to also let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the Detroit Lions this season, and what you want to see from this YouTube channel while I'm in Canada, because I won't be able to put out any new things. I have some stuff I've already recorded as far as schemes, as far as guides, as far as tips, but I won't be able to physically play subscriber games or whatever. So, what do you want to see? Do you want to see Road to Glory gameplay? Do you want to see some off-season franchise mode? Do you want to see just random head-to-head matches? Do you want more of a scheme of the week setting? Just let me know, and I'll try to accommodate. Real quick, I want a moment of silence for this guy. He got put in a box on this drive. So just real quick, 1 moment of silence just to kind of just watch this play. Let's just watch this. As a group, let's watch this play. Look at that. That's the prettiest play ever. I got double side pressure. Got a man up on the outside. I think is this the play? Oh, no, that's not. Yeah, it is. Let me snatch that. Let me snatch that ball. Oh, it's so pretty. So, from here he quits out. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to hold me down with a like rating below. Also, comment on the stuff I told you to comment on. Make sure to tweet S. Gibbs and Z Falls. They're the reason I'm here. They're the reason you're here. They're the reason we're all playing this game as much as we are. Thank them from the bottom of your heart. It would do me a huge favor. Thanks for watching, guys. Show number 4, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.